Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Sixthegoddis. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shit. Hope you all are doing amazing. I am doing well. I had to come on here and touch on this Jeezy and Jeannie Mae situation because it's a lot to unpack. And I'm going to give my opinion on it. And it's just this is my opinion. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. When Jeezy married Jeannie Mae, I lost a lot of respect for him, period. Because it came off as a very game, goofy move. In my opinion, I kind of expected Jeezy to know better than to do what he did. Okay, let me just first start out by saying this. When it comes to treason against your people, it's very unforgiving. You cannot give your own people less and then turn around and give others more and think that something prosperous is going to come from that. Okay, so Jeezy spent his whole life running through Black women, making Black women single moms, never committing himself, giving his last name to any of them. And then when you go to fully give yourself to someone, it's someone outside of our community who doesn't even look at you as a human being. By now, we don't all heard Jeannie Mae's, little comments about how she like white meat and dark meat is just on the side. So let's just start there. As a man, Jeezy, that was game goofy. I don't know how you thought that was going to go. Okay. You have not poured half as much into your own people as you did into this woman who does not belong to your community. Clearly, that energy is going to cause a failure. Okay. The next thing is women like Jeannie Mae are able to hide behind the finesse of the Asian woman stereotype. Okay. And I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear my dog, he is over here doing the most. Okay. Now, before I started recording, he was quiet. Now, all of a sudden, I press record. Here he is. Sound like he got asthma. All right. So I apologize now. Y'all hear him. Don't mind. Now, women like Jeannie Mae, Asian women have somehow, convinced the world that they are the epitome of the docile, submissive archetype of woman, which it could not really be farther from the truth. Okay. Because in my opinion, they are the total opposite of what they portray. And this goes to show the power of what I try to say all the time in Black women and how important our look, our weight is and how we are viewed in our image and how we are treated. Asian women are a perfect example of that. All right. They are actually some of the most hard-headed women. Okay. Some of the most women with anger issues and trauma out of all women. But because they have the persona, because they are petite, they're able to gain favor as the most preferred group of women on the planet. Okay. All men's number one choice in women is an Asian women because clearly they have collectively worked together on their image, even if it does not add up in real life. I'm going to show you all this clip and I'm going to show you this for a reason. All right. Because I don't want to just sit here and talk you to death. I want to show some examples. I work with lots of women. I've worked with women of all races, but mostly Black women. And I'm not quite sure why people feel as though if I get with an Asian woman, she'll be more docile. It's a lie. Now, this girl is going to speak about some of the common traumas that you'll find in their community. And this video will explain my outlook on the rest of this topic. So let me pull this up. And let me just let y'all see this real quick, and then I'll get my comment.
I see how my father treats my mother, and I go, fuck this shit. I'll never marry some guy like that.
Did it make you not want to date Chinese men?
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay.
But the thing with Chinese people is you don't ever marry that person alone. You marry the whole fucking family. It's hard enough to deal with my parents. I don't want another set of Asian parents. I need a culture where, parents are on their fucking own. They're doing their own shit. And they're not expecting kids to always be around, take care of them. Yeah. And that's, I guess, white culture.
Yeah.
All right. So if you all didn't know, the group of men on this planet that have the highest rates of domestic violence is Asian men. And it's no coincidence that the most disloyal group of women on this planet are Asian women. Okay. They are the women who marry and date outside their race more than any other women. So it's so funny when you get a Black man who is the one who dates the most outside of his race, out of any demographic of men. And then you match them up with the Asian woman, who is also the most disloyal woman out of any group. And I am sure that is likely to equal a disaster. Women like Jeannie Mae are dangerous because they think they're smarter than everyone else. I'm going to show you all something in a second as to why I say this. Women like Jeannie Mae hide behind the docile Asian woman persona, when in reality, you go to most places in Asia, you can literally go into a gas station and find magazines with child porn, okay? I saw a clip the other day in some Asian country, and they're walking into some kind of brothel, and the lady is like, oh, come in, $40 we do for you, suck your ball, suck your dick, lick your ball, lick your toe. And I'm like, damn. Okay, so we ain't going to talk about the fact that almost every Asian woman has experienced some type of sexual trauma, and that SA is not even prosecuted in most of those countries. Okay, how most of those women deal with RAPE, molestation, all kind of stuff, never get help, never get therapy because it's completely normalized. We're not going to talk about how the selling of one's body is a completely normal thing. You know, I don't understand it. So when you are able to have women that have that kind of trauma, and then you're going to sit and pair them up with a black man, I don't know how we expected this to work. Now, there have been some reports that infidelity is not a case into why this divorce is happening. Now, in my opinion, when you have a man hit a woman with a, oh, hell no, don't even worry about it, I'm out. Nope, I don't care about none of this, I'm gone. Normally, for a man to get to that point, normally it is infidelity. Because as we all know, most men will not divorce. They'll just cheat and find a new woman and have a girlfriend within the marriage. But for a man to leave, normally that means that something that woman was doing is going to ruin something he got going on, whether it's his business, whether it's his money, his finance. My thing is, I don't believe that if infidelity was a case, that Jeezy would say anything, okay? I think that Jeannie is used to playing games with these weak white boys and men of other races. And because she's not a part of our culture, sweetie, you're new here and you don't really understand how all this works. And now the same games that you try to play in other places, you try to play here. Now I'm going to show you all this clip on why I think that infidelity was a factor in this. All right, I'm going to show you. And in my opinion, it was either infidelity or some type of domestic violence. That's what I think. And I'll explain that. So I saw this, and when I saw this clip, this is how I knew, yeah, she's just one of these girls that thinks she's so smart. I think that she's completely used to gaslighting people. If you just look at the way she operates when she was on her show, The Real, and the gaslighting that she has going on there, it kind of shows you how she get down. Now, I'm just going to show you the visual of what this is. This is a clip on The Real, where it's a cheating or not cheating. They discuss different situations and decide whether they think it's infidelity or not. And I want you all to sit and listen to Jeannie Mae's opinion about what is cheating versus what is not cheating. And this is why I think so. I'm just going to show you the visual a little bit, and then I'm going to take the visual off screen for copyright reasons.
Meet anybody?
Oh, cheating!
What are you doing?
Downloading a dating app when you're dating me. Exactly. What are you doing?
They haven't swiped yet. Really? If they just download it?
And just for a little more context, what they're asking is downloading a dating app cheating or not? Now, anyone with half a piece of common sense knows good and well that, of course, it is considered infidelity. Okay, let's not sit here and play these games. All right. But let's look at how she's going to sit and play with us here.
No, they don't need to be on no dating
What were your intentions when you downloaded that
What's
app?
your motive for downloading a dating app? If you already dating, why is he on a dating app then?
I agree. Some would say it might be to see what's on the menu.
No,
well, boo, you got the whole restaurant right here.
Yeah, no.
So I say cheating.
Question, because before every decision, there's what?
He gonna get him some. It's cheating.
Yeah, like what am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait till he swipes left. I don't know which way it is. Swipes left or right. So I'm gonna wait till he finds the love connections and then be like,
I'm just not one
cheated.
I'm just not one to throw 10 years down the drain and assume anything. I want to see what he does. I want to watch exactly what's happening. And then when he swipes and he brings that heifer into our home.
Okay, so let me tell you why Jeannie is playing these games, talking about, well, I'm not going to say because he downloaded the app that it's cheating. I'm not going to throw 10 years down the drain. The reason why she's saying that is because that's what she's doing. You see what I'm saying? Period. Well, that's the finesse. When you find a woman that's like, oh, I don't care if you have other women, or I don't care if you download a dating app. Translation, I don't care that you're doing it because I'm doing it. All right. So let's continue to pay attention to the next example where she tries to think that she's so smart and tries to once again convince us that more stuff that we all know is cheating is not cheating.
You're gonna wait till she comes into your house. You don't do that.
I'm not one to jump to conclusions.
Be patient.
What's the next one?
Oh my gosh.
Listen to this. Your partner gives their phone number to somebody they like.
Define like again. What?
The like they're talking about is
Somebody they want to
It's
knock
cool.
the boots with.
Okay. Cheating.
I say cheating.
Jeannie.
Oh my God, Jeannie.
It's not. Yo,
What's it have to do?
Is it possible? Wait, hold on. Is it possible to have a really trustworthy relationship? Freddie and I make a lot of business encounters and stuff. We have a lot of friends.
So the next question was, do you think that giving your phone number out to someone you like is cheating? In which she says that she thinks it is not. Okay. So do y'all see what I'm saying about the kind of games that she clearly is used to playing? She clearly is used to being able to gaslight, play these dumb games like, yeah, babe, I gave him my number. What, do we not have any trust? Like, what is the problem? And because she was with a weak man before, he's like, okay, yeah, baby, you know what? You're right. It's not cheating that you're giving your number out. And you're right. It's not cheating that you downloaded a dating app. I mean, it's not like you invited the guy to our house. So therefore, it's not really cheating. Like what? And then I saw this. I'm going to tell you right now, I saw this and I said, yeah, in my opinion, I guarantee you this woman was probably playing dumb games, giving her number out, ha can, because women like her who have lots of trauma, women like her who are able to hide behind a persona, they have an underlying resentment towards men. And I also don't know why people are not more skeptical of people who do not date within their own race. Like, clearly you have issues there, all right? So we ain't never seen Jeannie with someone that looked like her, okay? That's a sign. And because of that, they have an underlying resentment towards men, which makes them constantly test them, constantly poke the bear. And that may work on a scrawny white boy, but that is not going to work on the snowman. The minute you play a dumb game of, yeah, I gave him my number. I mean, yeah, I went to dinner with him. I mean, yeah, the minute you play them games, they're not going to explain anything to you. They're not going to go back and forth with you. They are just going to slide on you. Now, these are the type of games that she plays. And in my opinion, if she can sit on national television and sit and sing from her chest about how she thinks that there is nothing wrong with this kind of behavior, imagine the way she gaslights and what she does behind closed doors. Look at this.
I like him.
Oh, girl, your husband gonna kill you.
Hold on.
Oh, he gonna get you.
In this clip, she's going to talk about how about Fabulous tried to holler at her, or she wanted to holler at Fabulous. And this is while she was married to her previous husband, and gets on national TV and gushes about this. I'm just going to play it for a second because I ain't got time for YouTube to play any games. But look at this.
Fabulous gave me a little bit of a buzz one time.
I like him.
Oh, girl, your husband gonna kill you. Oh, he gonna get you.
How old is he? Isn't he like, how old is he?
He's about our age, 30-something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't the young man you talking
So as she's married, she over here gushing about how other men are trying to hit her line. She over here gushing about, asking questions. Like, well, how old is he? Is he single? Like, what's his, what? Be so for real. Okay. Now, Jenny don't marry Jeezy in Georgia. Listen, right now, if you want to live in a state where they're going to give you a bunch of child support and alimony and all that, Georgia is not the place, honey. They are not alimony friendly here, honey. You was only married to him for 2 years. You ain't getting no money. You ain't getting nothing. The most that you'll get is some child support, which he don't care about because he got other children. I'm sure child support ain't nothing new for him. This also goes to show that every woman wants to be the exception all the time. Everybody wants to be the one that's different. If you see someone like Jeezy don't left every woman that he been with and had kids with and left them as a single mom, here goes the next woman lining up to be next, thinking he won't do it to me. Okay, because every woman swears that you throw her box in the air and it turns to sunshine. Every woman is a vibe. Every woman deserves the best. And then you see him do the same thing to you that he did with literally every other woman that he was with and thought that she was different. The other issue that I would think would happen here is, as the girl in the first clip, the Chinese girl, was speaking about how in a lot of Asian cultures, pretty much all Asian cultures, yes, you marry the whole family. All right. I tell Black women all the time, honey, y'all don't like me when I simply say, hey, we probably should not be big as a house. And y'all get mad at that. And I say, well, y'all would not last within the culture of Asian women, because you walk in big and overweight, they'll look right at you and be like, you fat, you know, eat, and snatch your plate away. They're very savage with each other. Okay, most Asian women did not grow up with I love yous, and no, it was all about education, discipline. There's a lot of trauma, a lot of assault. That is the reality. Okay, and they don't solve it. Okay, what they do is they just put on a persona and hide behind it to get y'all to still deal with them and pedestalize them. Even though they have the most issues. So if you're looking at someone like Jeezy, who is a Black American and a Black American street dude, all right, all that stuff of your mama in his face and what you need to do and what you need to say, that ain't gonna work. Okay. The woman is the keeper of the culture. Okay. Asians are already very strong in their culture. And then when you marry an Asian woman, you can pretty much forget about your child's main cultural influence being yours. It will probably be the Asian culture. Okay. So they were speaking about how she's speaking Vietnamese to the daughter. Now, your language as the man of the family, your daughter, that won't even be her main language. Now you got Jeannie Mae, who thinks she's so smart and has gaslit men her whole life into allowing her bad behavior. Then you got her ain't shit mama, who is the same exact way, all in your ear. I go to the nail shop and they could be in there speaking Vietnamese and I'm upset. Like, y'all over here speaking Vietnamese in front of me. I feel like you talking about me. So imagine that being your family dynamic when you're trying to be at home and at peace. And now your spouse and all their family is over here speaking a different language and you have not a clue of what they're talking about. How uncomfortable is that? So it's like, Jeezy, we ain't never seen you cherish no Black woman, give no Black woman your last name, your commitment. Then all of a sudden you get with a non-Black woman and we see you riding bikes on the beach, smiling, talking about, wee. Now you got with a woman who thought she was smarter than you. You got with a woman whose culture you were never going to fit into as a snowman. You got with a woman who has tons of trauma, and which is why every time she turns around, she's challenging you and trying to gaslight you. We've all heard the little rumors about she's taking the baby walking down the street. You cannot have Jeezy's baby walking down the street. And Jeezy was like, hey, I don't want you walking her to school. You know, it's dangerous. People may recognize you. She's not listening because she thinks she's smarter than you, sir. And there's a racial element. They already think they have a level of supremacy over us. They already think that we're beneath them. And you somehow thought you could enter a marriage with a woman like that and you'd be exempt. Okay. Jeannie Mae, welcome to single motherhood. All right. Go ahead and grab a chair, sit down. All right. Enjoy the ride. Jeannie Mae, I don't know what you're gonna do, okay? Because you old as hell, you 40. Now you a 40-year-old psychotic baby mama girl. God bless you. Okay. You need to go back to whiteboards like you've been doing, because that way all them games you playing will work. Also, shout out to Jeannie Mae ex-husband, because I don't know what level of petty he is. But if I was him, I would be sitting back eating fettuccine Alfredo, okay? I'd be over there singing Patti LaBelle while I'm over here remarried with the baby that you refused to give me, and I'm still with my wife and happy and committed, and now you're 40-some years old and single, and your last hope is child support, okay? Can we all, city boys up, can we all get a moment for Jeannie Mae ex-husband, sir? I love the fact that you moved on and found a woman to get with what you need her to get with and left her in the dust. I love that for you. Okay. I'm hoping that this is just Jeezy's way of putting the fear of God into Jeannie. Maybe Jeannie needs an initiation into dealing with a street dude, into dealing with black men, okay? All them games you played, it don't work over here, all right? So for the sake of the baby, the little baby wonton, I'm hoping that they're able to work this out, all right? Because Jeezy is definitely giving me the energy of, oh, hell no, you can have this. I don't care about none of that. Because she probably tried to weaponize the marriage. Like, oh, I'm your wife. I'm your wife. Trying to sit here and create some type of traditional husband and wife relationship with a street dude. The reason why I don't encourage my ladies to go for rappers, athletes, or entertainers of any sort is because when you're with them, the energy just has to be that you are just proud and happy to be their girl, and that's it. It's not an I'm home by 5, holding hands on the weekend dynamic. It's not that. They do whatever they want to do, and your job as their girl is just to be happy that you're with them. That's it. There's no give and take. There's no compromise. So I'm not quite sure why so many women pedestalize them and try to make these husbands out of these guys. In my opinion, rappers, athletes, entertainers are strictly for gold diggers only. Women who could care less about seeing him, his fidelity. As long as she got the money, she's good. Those are the only women that work well with the rapper athlete. You cannot try to make them traditional. It's not going to happen. Men in general, I ain't never seen no man tell a woman no. I ain't never seen no man say, nope, I'm married. Nope, I have a girlfriend, unless the woman is extremely unattractive. Okay, but I don't see it. So the good news is the average guy is not going to proactively have the world's most attractive women throwing themselves at him. All right. When it comes to the rapper athlete persona, they have the cream of the crop women constantly throwing their box at them. That's not the man you get with when you want a traditional loyal relationship. All right. You need to know who you're marrying and know who you get into. This is example number 10,000 of people getting married in very predictable situations that this would not work. But everybody want to get married just to say they are. Y'all don't even care if it's a right fit. Y'all just rush into it just for the title and then end up looking so dumb in divorce for something that we all saw coming. Hopefully now Jeannie has the fear of God in her, and Jeezy can kind of put her in her place and get her to sit down and shut up, and they can stay together for the sake of the baby dumpling. Okay, for the sake of the baby, hopefully they can make it work. If not, I don't know what to say. Jeannie Mae, I hope you learned today. I bet you won't play them games with nan other black man, honey. Okay, I see you was new here and you fucked around and found out. Whoo, girl, I hate that for you. Better get a second job, sis. Hopefully with some of that clout you gained from Jeezy, honey, you better start a hairline, a makeup line, something, because you ain't getting no alimony, baby. You ain't getting nothing. I guarantee you ain't getting nothing. Shout out to Jeezy for doing the right thing and having a prenup intact. Y'all let us know, what are your thoughts here? Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.